These real places are hiding the gates to hell, and it's terrifying. The Darvaza Gas Crater in Turkmenistan, now also famously known as the Door to Hell. This fiery crater has been burning since 1971 after a Soviet drilling mishap. The story goes that the crater was formed after a natural gas drilling rig. Now, Turkmenistan has the fourth largest reserves of natural gas in the world, and it collapsed into an underground cavern back in 1971. Worried that methane gas would spread to the neighboring villages and cause issues, Soviet scientists set it on fire, expecting it to burn out within a few weeks. Over 4 decades later, it is still very much burning. The decision to ignite the gas to prevent methane spread led to an inferno that continues today. Now, its eerie glow in the Karakum Desert has made it a tourist attraction and a symbol of human error meeting natural forces. It's alleged that if you stand close to the edge, if you're brave enough of course, you can look down into the crater and see hundreds of flames erupting with great force from where the gas actually escapes. You can also get blasted with very hot air depending on how the wind, changes direction, and the noises, as you might expect, akin to that of a blowtorch. Though there is no smoke, it is natural gas after all. Mount Osore in Japan. Now, Mount Osore in Japan is a sacred Buddhist temple and pilgrimage site on the Shimokita Peninsula, known in Japanese folklore as the gateway to the underworld. Now, the desolate volcanic landscape and strong sulfur smell contribute to its reputation as a place of both hell and paradise, where souls pause before entering the afterlife. They believe that this is where souls kind of gather before crossing the Sanzu no Kawa, which is the river of 3 parts, to the afterlife. Now, the area is a volcanic wasteland with bubbling sulfur pits and howling winds, which adds to the eerie atmosphere. Blind women known as Itako, who have undergone extensive spiritual training, are believed to be able to communicate with the spirits of the dead at Osa-Reason, particularly during the Bodaji festival. This mysterious place is considered to be both hell and paradise as well, and as a power spot because it gets visited by many worshippers each year. Ploutonion at Hierapolis in Turkey. Now, this ancient Greco-Roman site was believed to be an entrance to the underworld, dedicated to Pluto, the god of the dead. It is a site believed to be the gate to hell in Greco-Roman mythology. Now, it's a cave-like grotto where a high concentration of carbon dioxide emitted from a fissure in the Earth's surface made it deadly. The site was once believed to be a portal to the underworld where souls were taken by Charon, the mythical ferryman. Now, the Ploutonion, also known as Pluto's Gate or Plutonium, was a shrine dedicated to Pluto, the Roman god of the underworld, and it was believed to be a gateway to Hades, the Greek underworld where the deceased resided. Now, pilgrims would make sacrifices to Pluto at the Ploutonion and would enter in order to experience hallucinations, believing that the spirits of the sacrificed animals would be carried into the underworld. Now, scholars believe, though, that the sacrifices were performed at dawn to maximize the effect of the deadly gas. An ancient Greek historian who visited the Ploutonion at Hierapolis about 2,000 years ago recorded that the priests could even place their heads within the gate to hell and suffer no ill effects. Lake Avernus in Italy. Situated near Naples, this volcanic crater lake was considered by the Romans as the entrance to Hades. Its name derives from the Greek word for birdless, as birds were said to avoid the toxic fumes. Virgil's Aeneid describes Aeneas' descent into the underworld through a cave near this lake. The lake was associated with the Cumaean Sibyl, whose grotto and sanctuary were located nearby, and the grove of Hecate, a goddess associated with the underworld. During Roman times, Lake Avernus was transformed into a naval base, Portus Julius, by Agrippa. Now, the lake is located within a volcanic crater, and its sulfurous vapors contributed to the belief that it was the entrance to hell. The boundary between fact and fable at Lake Averno is intriguingly indistinct because a nexus where reason and myth overlap. Now, even the genius of Galileo Galilei, fortified by meticulous research and mathematical kind of prowess, theorized that Dante's Inferno entrance lay by this lake. Now, it was also opened that the shadowed woods, Dante penned were, in truth, the dense forest encircling Lake Avernus, stretching as far as the Solfatario of Pozzoli. Hekla Volcano, located in Iceland. Hekla Volcano in Iceland is Iceland's most feared volcano and famously known as the gateway to hell due to its history of explosive eruptions and the supernatural tales that have actually grown around it. It's said to be haunted by souls of the lost, and during the Middle Ages, Hekla's frequent eruptions and fiery displays fueled legends of it being a portal to the underworld. Locals have spoken about shadowy figures appearing and spirits that are actually trapped between the living world and the afterlife. Now, legends described witches meeting with the devil actually on its summit. Legends claim that souls of the condemned traveled through Hekla's crater on their way to hell, and that witches met with the devil on its summit. Now, birds flying near the summit were thought to be souls entering or leaving hell. The volcano's unpredictable nature with violent eruption, and ash clouds likely fueled these beliefs. Hekla is one of Iceland's most active volcanoes with over 20 eruptions since 1210. Its explosive nature and unpredictable eruptions further contributed to the gateway of hell imagery. Now, despite its fearsome reputation, Hekla remains a very popular hiking and climbing destination, and its volcanic activity is closely monitored. So, the gateway to hell myth has become part of Iceland's cultural heritage, kind of carved into stories that continue to intrigue visitors to this day. Stull Cemetery in Kansas, USA. Now, this apparently is the devil's favorite place on earth. Stull Cemetery has been the center of urban legends involving satanic rituals and a gateway to hell. The cemetery in Stull is most known for a portal to hell that the devil allegedly comes through twice a year. Travel editor Brock Wilbur said in a review, while the rumors sound outlandish, he said, the ruins of a nearby church and architecture, have people half believing that it is true. Stories from other locals also claim that the devil appears here twice, and a hidden staircase actually apparently leads directly to the underworld. There's lots of people online who have posted their experiences at Stull Cemetery and what they've noticed. Many people have claimed they saw the devil come up from the ground, and apparently during Halloween, police have to actually have it seriously shut down because so many people, especially young adults, try to go in there, I'm guessing to host like seances or something, but apparently that's when the devil himself comes out to play and treats the cemetery as his playground. People have seen shadows, heard footsteps, weird noises, you name it. Either way, there's a lot of talk and buzz about this place, and while largely debunked, the legend does persist, attracting a lot of curiosity and caution. Seven Gates of Hell in Pennsylvania, USA. Now, the Seven Gates of Hell is an urban legend in York County involving seven gates in a wooded area of Pelham Township. The legend suggests that passing through all seven gates will lead you to hell. There are two main versions of this legend, one about a burned down asylum, and apparently the patients were inside, and a search party built seven gates around the area to try and capture the patients that escaped the fire, but then allegedly attacked the patients to their demise. And so these tormented souls continue to haunt the ground. And the other legend is actually about an eccentric doctor who built the gates to keep out trespassers. While the location is a popular tourist spot, it's privately owned and visitors may face trespassing charges, so don't go. In Pelham Township, legends speak, of these seven gates, and those who pass through are said that they could enter hell. Now, according to local legend, one gate can be seen in daylight, apparently, even on Google Maps if you look it up, and the others you can actually only allegedly see at night once you're actually walking through each one. Now, despite the lack of factual basis, the legend has drawn a lot of interest, and the area is visited by tourists. Last on my list is Fengdu Ghost City, located in China. Now, this is located on the Ming Mountain. Now, this ghost city is a complex of shrines and temples dedicated to the afterlife, a very unique site that represents Chinese beliefs about the afterlife. Now, it's a complex, of temples and monasteries that kind of depicts the gate to hell and other scenes related to the underworld, illustrating the concept of reward or punishment based on one's actions in life. Now, the city is known for its depiction, including, the road to hell as well, various forms of punishment, and the concept of a journey through the underworld, So basically, it includes the bridge of helplessness and the actual gate to hell. The city portrays the belief that the dead are judged and either rewarded or punished based on their deeds in life, with various forms of kind of torment and imagery representing negative actions. Visitors have experienced, a journey through this when they go to visit. So if you want to try it, go for it and let me know how it goes. That's all for today. Have you visited any of these locations? Let me know. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, Ashley. Until next time, stay scared.